Well, greatness is when you make your delusions your reality. Nothing's
Mystic Mac predicts I'm gonna KO you inside 1 round.
The only way I can lose is if I die, and I don't plan on that happening.
They say, in my mind, not just this year, but always, I'm always the best.
Just was crazy enough to believe that. That it doesn't matter the color of my skin, doesn't matter my religious background, doesn't matter my origin, it doesn't matter my mom's bank account and my dad's bank account when I was born.
I told you, all of my critics, I told you all that I was the greatest of all time.
I was 20 years old, I was at my lowest point. And then one day, and I remember the exact day, March 27th, 1975, I was helping my mother in her beauty shop. My mother owned a beauty shop up in Mount Vernon. And there was this older woman who was considered one of the elders in the town. And I didn't know her personally, but I was looking in the mirror, and every time I looked at the mirror, I could see her behind me. She was staring at me. She just kept looking at me. Every time I looked at her, she kept giving me these strange looks. So she finally took the dryer off her head and she said something I'll never forget. She said, "Young boy, I have a prophecy. A spiritual prophecy." She said, "You are going to travel the world and speak to millions of people." And in the years that followed, just as that woman prophesied, I have traveled the world and I have spoken to millions of people through my movies. Millions who up till this day couldn't see me, who up till this day I couldn't see while I was talking to them, and they couldn't see me, they could only see the movie. They couldn't see the real me. But I see you today.
I know about coming back when the doctors tell you that you can't or that you shouldn't.
Maybe it's my fault that you didn't see that failure gave me strength, that my pain was my motivation.
Mommy will never be this broke or broken again.
I didn't quit. I didn't fall back.
I stand before you without arms and legs, but a very strong man because of the bad days of my life.
For me, it was just common sense. Like I can if I start earlier, I can train more hours, and I know the other guys aren't doing it because I know what their training schedule is. Right? So I know if I do this consistently over time, the gap's just going to widen and widen and widen and widen and widen, and they won't be able to get that back. So to me, it was just common sense. I'm like thinking, how can I get an advantage? Oh, start early. Yeah, let's do that.
How do you develop that, or where do you learn that from?
Well, I think it's just it's just a matter of what's important to you. And what's important to you for whatever reason. I felt like I didn't feel good about myself if I wasn't doing everything I could to be the best version of myself. If I felt like I left anything on the table, it would eat away at me. I wouldn't be able to look myself in the mirror. Right? So the reason why I can retire now and be completely comfortable about it, because I know that I've done everything I could to be the best basketball player I could be. And so that's where it comes from for me.
I am a living witness that if you're brave enough to dream it, it can happen.
Came back from the motherfucking dead.
The greatest pain of my life is the reason I'm standing here today.
You must always set goals that you think you cannot achieve.
Every single set that I do, every repetition, every weight to the lift will get me a step closer to turn this goal into reality.
And we need some help. I was sort of semi-retired, right? Looking for the next exotic beach. They said, no, Mr. Rose, we've got a project for you. Right? We're going to expand internationally. We can use your help. Next little while, we'll add some millions to your fortune, make it worth your while. I said, okay. I thought later, isn't that interesting that they called me? My second thought was, of course they'd call me. Who else would they call? I mean, I can get the job done. Now, how come I got a telephone call worth millions? I had become valuable. Now, I'm a farm boy from Idaho. I was raised in obscurity. 1 year of college, and I thought I was thoroughly educated. Made all kinds of mistakes galore. At age 25, the creditors are calling me saying, hey, you told us the check was in the mail. I got pennies in my pocket. I got nothing in the bank. I'm behind on my promises. How come I get a telephone call 5 years ago and it's worth millions? I changed. I turned my life around. Is it possible to become worth millions?
Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it.
Your job is not to figure out how it's going to happen for you, but to open the door in your head. And when the door opens in real life, just walk through it.
He said, if you work hard on your job, you'll make a living. If you work hard on yourself, you can make a fortune.
When the excuses all go away and people can actually confront the fact that this is all because of me, it hurts, but is also unbelievably empowering.
You can look at like how people roll and like it's great to admire and things of that nature, but it's so damn important. You need to bet on your strengths and don't give a fuck about what you suck at.
There's this old story in King Arthur where the knights go off to look for the Holy Grail, which is either the cup that Christ drank out of at the Last Supper or the cup into which the blood that gushed from his side was poured when he was crucified. The stories vary, but it's basically a holy object like the phoenix in some sense that's a representation of transformation. So it's an ideal, and so King Arthur's knights who sit at a round table, because they're all roughly equal, go off to find the most valuable thing, and where do you look for the most valuable thing when you don't know where it is? Well, each of the knights looks at the forest surrounding the castle and enters the forest at the point that looks darkest to him. And that's a good thing to understand, because the gateway to wisdom and the gateway to the development of personality, which is exactly the same thing, is precisely through the portal that you do not want to climb through.
He told the guy, he said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
Where I excel is ridiculous, sickening work ethic.
Yeah. I want you to curl as if your motherfucking life depending on it.
He said, I don't count my sit-ups. I only start counting when it starts hurting. When I feel pain, that's when I start counting, because that's when it really counts. That's what makes you a champion.
You'll go through hell before you turn around, because quitting isn't even an option when you want it bad enough.
If you get up at 10 in the morning, train at 11, 12, say 12, train at 12, train for 2 hours, 12 to 2. You have to let your body recover. So you eat, recover, whatever. You get back out, you train, start training again at 6. Train from 6 to 8, right? And now you go home, you shower, you eat dinner, you go to bed, you wake up, you do it again, right?
So get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, and go out on the attack.
Nelson Mandela said, there is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living.
You don't have to change what's outside. All you've got to change is what's inside. To have more, you simply have to become more.
Rule. Pursue what is meaningful, not what is expedient.
What we do in life, echoes in eternity.
If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything except my faith. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything except my faith. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything except my faith. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything except my faith.